everyone, my name is Omhlema Chingila for those who do not know me, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I made this video specifically for university students who are currently at home. I'm currently distant learning because their campuses are closed and have access to the communities that they have been born and bred in, or communities that are currently living in or are involved in. And why I thought this video was very important to make is because I have seen the impact of how much information from other people who have done things before me, who have gone through many challenges before me, has actually assisted me in my own walk and my own academic journey, or my journey to developing myself, achieving certain things. And I think it's very important for us to not be those people who just consume information from people, but who also try in many different ways to also give back and also relay information that we have now to younger generations that are coming after us. Now, it's about that time of the year where matriculants are actually applying to different universities in order to get space for them in higher learning institutions to further their studies. Why is this important? Is because I truly am a firm believer that education is one of the tools that people can use to get themselves out of adverse situations. And if people are not given the fair chance or the fair opportunity with the right information to actually grab those opportunities, those spaces or those opportunities for them go to waste. But not only that, they are prevented from actually grabbing onto opportunities that could actually transform, change their lives, change the lives of their families or their communities. I know and I understand that this type of work is supposed to be done by government, but I'm a firm believer also of not just sitting back and allowing our lives to be dictated or controlled by the political, economic situations that are happening around us. Even though as much as they are a reality and they are real and they impact people a lot, it does not mean that we cannot do anything in that situation to actually change someone's life, change a family's life, or a community's life. I am not that person who's going to sit back and allow our other brothers and sisters to just not get the opportunities they should be getting because government is not doing their job. I'm a person who believes in parallel activism. And what do I mean by that? As much as we push and we pull in keeping governments or government officials, municipalities accountable, it's also very important for us to also have initiatives in our communities, within the spaces that we influence, that actually impact and help communities in different spaces. So I do not believe in an activism that is one-sided. Parallel activism can be done and it should be done, and that's just the art of activism. So it's very important for me to also not just be that person who pushes back in the spaces of influence that I've been given, but who also creates opportunities, create platforms innovatively and creatively in order for our communities to participate in the opportunities that we have been privileged and fortunate enough to also have in our lives. And now that I've got that all out of the way, I think it's a great time now to start this video and get right straight into it and help you guys start this initiative in your own communities, in which I have also done in my own community as well. So let's get straight into this video. Now, a lot of people, especially people who come from adverse situations, hear about higher learning institutions. They know about it, they learn about it in school, but don't fully comprehend what higher learning institutions offer, what sort of degrees do they offer, what can you do with that degree, how is higher learning institutions set up, what are the different higher learning institutions are there for different options of my own interest or opportunities that are out there. And many people want to ask these questions, but they feel like when they ask these questions, they get intimidated or feel inadequate, as if they are asking questions that are stupid. And it's not stupid questions. These are genuine questions every matriculant or every person who's in grade 11 wants to know. And it is very important for us to sit down with our community members, to sit down with our family members who have not had the opportunity to get these things explained to them, and explain these things to them, explain what university is, explain what a degree is, explain what a professional degree is, explain different things to them in order for them to comprehend and to understand what is it that they're actually getting themselves into, what lies ahead along their road in furthering their studies, how they can better cope, how they can better get information. All these things are very important for us who've already experienced university, who've been in university, to actually relay this information and explain it to them. So that's the very first thing, is just to sit down and explain, unpack what university is. And you do not need to be university guru to actually understand this, but it's just unpacking your own experience, but also be careful not to give people the wrong information. So before you even start this initiative, try to do a little bit more research on university procedures, or the procedures that you understand. If you don't understand anything, ask your friends, ask your lecturers. Just try to get as much information before as well, so that you can relay the right information to the people who you want to impact or give this type of information to. This is highly important. Second thing is, people do not know what their options are in university. Most of the time, because I'm going to use an example of Black communities in South Africa. Many of our parents aim for us to study professional degrees, because professional degrees come with a lot of pay and a lot of esteem in our societies. And even though that is true, sometimes somebody just doesn't want to be a doctor. And there are other routes that they want to take, other degrees that they really want to do. And it is our job as people who have information to explain certain things to them. It's our job to also open up their minds and creatively explain what an engineering degree looks like, but what other options there are in engineering. Engineering is not only just civil engineering, electrical engineering. There's so much to it. What type of universities are good for them to go to in order for them to be taught by the best of the best. Sometimes it may not even be what they want to do is go to universities. Maybe someone wants to go to a technicon to actually get the practical skills of learning different things in different fields. So it's very important for us to sit down with our initiative and our people who participate in the initiatives that we want to start, and explain their options, explain what a university degree is, what a technicon degree is, explain different careers to people. There are so many careers that are yet to be explored. So many careers that are yet to be explored. But because we've been put in this narrow-minded box that we can only be a doctor, an accountant, a scientist, which all of these degrees are very important degrees, and they're very amazing degrees, but it's not the option for everyone. So it's very important for us to sit down with our participants within our initiatives and explain these things to them. Explain it, have the heart to explain and unpack certain things about those particular degrees. And if you don't have information again about these degrees, read up. You have the resources of going to journal articles, to Google. You know more ways on how to get information, and take that information, put it into something, and just sit down with it and explain to the people who are looking to go into higher education and furthering their studies, and just give them the right options and the right information. Third thing that people are always worried about, and it's because this is South Africa, guys, our socio-economic issues are so deep entrenched within our lives that financials and finances is something that many families worry about, and many families are always scraping about to make sure that their kids are comfortable. If not comfortable, they just get to universities. And it's very important for us to explain funding options to people who don't have that type of information. A lot of people are always wondering what is NSFAS, but people don't really understand what NSFAS is. They just know it's money that government gives us. For what? Explain it to them. Break it down for them. Break down what a bursary looks like. Break down different bursary options for them, and give them that type of information. Don't withhold information, guys. Do not withhold information. It is the worst thing that somebody can ever do to a community, is withhold information. So many people, so many people, I do not believe even for a second that you got to a place where you are today alone. So many people, there are so many people who played a role in you getting to where you are today. And it's really unfair for us to not do the same for other people. There may be feelings you may have, like, my community didn't do this for me, it didn't do that for me. Get a grip over those feelings. There are many other students who feel like you at that particular age, and you have the chance to change that. You have the chance to change that culture. Let's change the culture of information and give out as much information as we can. It's not gonna kill you, it's not gonna hurt anybody. So when it comes to funding, explain funding to people, explain these funding options to them, explain what it means to get a bursary, explain to them what it means to get NSFAS, explain to them what it means to even get a loan for them to go to school. But make sure you always help them to pick the funding option that is going to be less of a burden to them or to their families or their communities. Just help people understand that and help people pick the right option. Help people pick the right option when it comes to explain university life. I wish so many people got the chance to have somebody explain what university life is. I was so fortunate enough to have cousins, to have family members, my sisters, even my own parents who helped me understand what university life is like, who helped me understand and show me the ways of how to save in university, how to just exist and how to survive in universities. And I wish everybody else had that privilege to have family or friends who've gone before university and come back and explain university life to them, because it's hard adjusting to a new city, to a new place, to new people, new traditions, new cultures, new ways of living. All these things can be very overwhelming to people who are new to them, especially first year. So it's very important for us, if we have the information, to actually give them that experience and tell them about it. Tell them about that experience, warn them about certain things, but also be very careful to educate people on the certain things that they are going to encounter for the first time, certain things that are not unique to their experience, but it's going to be a first time for them. But it doesn't mean that they must not enjoy that experience, they must not learn from those different experiences. But help people understand that they are not alone when they go to universities. Help them feel more comfortable and more confident in going into higher learning institutions with information and with knowing that their experiences or their adverse situations that they're going to face in universities are not new challenges, but are challenges that they can overcome and conquer. So it's very important for us to also instill that self-esteem and that confidence into somebody going into a different space with different people, and just being thrown into that new lifestyle, for them to be confident enough that they can also live through it and go through it. So it's highly important for us to give them that type of information. It's very important. So speak about your experience in universities. Don't be shy about it, and give people just the right information, and just have fun with it as well. Now, a lot of people I know are going to be saying that many people that we know in SA can't even afford the application fees or all of the application fees for all of the universities, and it's a situation that I'm not even going to lie, it's a situation that sometimes overwhelms me as well, because there will be 90 students who I want to help and I want them all to apply to the different universities, but sometimes I really don't have 600 rand or 700 rand to give to each and every person, and from my own pocket. But guys, can I tell you something? There are people out here who are very passionate about education, people even in your own communities, and people who want to help these students and who want to help people apply to universities and get that opportunity to make sure that they have their applications into university. Ask. You need to ask. And how you ask, you guys, you have social media. Get yourself on social media. Start a campaign for your community. Go house to house if you can, asking just for funding, and the word will spread. And I'm not even going to lie, the word will spread. Word of mouth always helps, and people will find you and will come and give you the money in order for you to help university applicants apply to the different universities they want to apply. I promise you guys, try to use things like Canva, make a poster, make sure that you have a way also of making sure that money gets to the right places and it actually goes to the applications that these students need. So try your best to be creative around raising funds for your community and for the matriculants that really want to go to the different universities that they are willing to go to, or different technicons that they are willing and wanting to go to as well. And don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged if this week you only raise 150 rand or 80 rand. Just keep going. Just keep going. And eventually, I promise you guys, you will bump into the right people, and the right people will bump into your poster, and that poster will give people that opportunity to actually give back, but will also give the matriculants that you are helping an opportunity to go to university. Do not take your efforts or the things that you do for your community lightly. These things actually are feeding into something bigger than what you think you are, and this is how we actually change the world, into the little things that we do in our communities and the places that we've been planted in. As I've always said in this channel, you do not need to hold a higher position or of influence like political office or being a CEO of a company to change your community. You just need to be you, have information, have the zeal and the drive and the passion to actually help people, and you will see. Just be consistent in it. Just be consistent in it, and you will see the impact it's going to have on a different person, on a different person's lives, or their lives, or I mean their families' lives, their communities' lives, and down the road in the next 5 years, you don't know where your initiative is going to do, how is it going to impact, or the measure it's going to impact your community in. So as long as you've changed one person's life, as long as you've done that, that's okay. Once you've done this, you are not going to be a university student forever. You are going to graduate out of this, and it's so important for you to make sure that what you're doing now and the skills you're learning now on how to teach others to apply, teach them to other people, so that this thing is not something that is done just now and it just dies off. So we need to learn as activists, as community members, and how to be sustainable within our initiatives and the things that we start and we do. So you teach others who are also coming after you in your community, who are in universities, how to do what you are doing now. Make sure that the chain is not breakable and it's something that is ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. And I'm sure you may be saying that people in my community are not interested in this. You will find people who are interested and work with the people who are interested at that time. You do not need to convince people about their own futures. You really do not. But there are people who are willing so hungry, so so hungry, I can't even explain it, who are so hungry for the betterment of their own lives, and you work with those people. Make sure that your team is understanding what you're saying, what you guys are doing, and what the aim is. The aim is to make sure that people are getting the opportunity with the right information to better their lives through education. And that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I will do more of these videos explaining how to start initiatives and how to do things, but it's very important for us that right now as university students, where we are planted, we do what we can with the time that we have and the limited resources that we also have. Also a firm believer of giving out information. Information is for free. It has helped my life. It has helped the lives of many people that I've encountered in my life, and I really just believe in giving out information for people to have and for people to make choices then when they are presented with information. So guys, do not be afraid, do not be scared. I know right now in a time of a pandemic, you're thinking, where can I get matriculants to speak to, approach schools. Try your best to also do it in the regulations of our health system, and wish you nothing but the best. If you guys have any more information or anything you guys want to shoot at and ask me, or questions, please check me out on my social media, Omhle in Africa, on Twitter and on Instagram, and my email will be down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your guys' support, and please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video as widely as you can. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.